that's not big enough either. That's more like it. We're delighted to have you with us, and we extend a cordial welcome to you. We've lined up the top stars from Hollywood and from all over the world to entertain you on our giant screen with the new, colorful motion pictures you've been hearing about and reading about. To add to your enjoyment, we're all wound up to bowl you over at intermission time with live wire service at our snack bar, where you'll find a tempting variety of favorite foods and beverages. Your continued patronage is very, very welcome.
Show starts in 10 minutes.
What is it?
Say,
What is it?
hey, why it's Buttercup. Popcorn and sweet green butter, too hot popcorn. Mix it up, wrap it up, Buttercup is born.
It's delicious.
So nutritious.
It's a taste delight.
It's so munchy,
Crisp and crunchy.
you'll enjoy each bite. Eat butter-drenched Buttercup popcorn at its best.
Served in a king-size cup.
It beats all the rest.
Show starts in 9 minutes.
Here's a new taste treat. The corn dog. Plump, juicy wieners are dipped in a thick, golden Southern-style corn batter that seals in all their freshness and flavor. If you like hot dogs, you'll love corn dogs. Everybody does. Try a corn dog with your favorite beverage. At the refreshment corner now. Corn dogs.
Show starts in 8 minutes.
Today we're interviewing a stomach.
Hello there.
What is life like as a stomach?
Oh, boy, it was humdrum. I mean, until what's-his-name discovered Tony's Pizza.
Tony's Pizza?
Yeah, I was suffering from the pizza cravings until Tony's came along. Crispy crust and zesty sauces. Wow.
And so now... What's that?
Another pizza craving. Just thinking about Tony sets it off.
Oh, where are you going?
He's going to get a Tony's Pizza, and I follow him anywhere.
Does your stomach send you pizza craving signals? Oh, wow. Tony's, the Pizza Cravers Pizza. Available at the concession stand.
Show starts in 7 minutes.
It's refreshment time, folks.
Taste that beats the others cold. Pepsi pours it on. Taste that beats the others cold. Pepsi pours it on.
Yum, yum. It's a meal in itself. Our all-meat super dog. Enjoy one now.
Show starts in 6 minutes.
Men, there's a drive-in movie full of juicy people. Wow! It's a trap! Help! It's Pick! We've had it, men.
A pleasant aroma for you, but not for mosquitoes. Pick is easy to use. Light it and forget it. Pick's aroma keeps mosquitoes, gnats, and sandflies away. Pick is the best protection for barbecues, fishing and camping trips, or just relaxing in the yard.
So if you don't want our company ever anywhere, just like Pick and see what I mean? Bye.
Pick is on sale at the refreshment stand now. Show starts in 5 minutes.
A cup of whipped hot chocolate tastes great right now. Carnation's Cocoa Supreme, the delicious hot chocolate drink with the light, delicate flavor you like. Wouldn't a good hot cup taste good right now? Ask for a cup of whipped hot chocolate at our snack bar.
Show starts in 4 minutes. Yum, yum. It's time for a tasty and refreshing snack. We promise to satisfy your hunger, your thirst, your sweet tooth. So visit our refreshment center now. Let's go! Show starts in 3 minutes.
Popcorn, candy, ooh, hot dog, popsicle. Oh boy, banana orange.
Show starts in 2 minutes.
Now listen, now listen, now listen.
I'm the Dairy Queen, won't you come with me along the milkshake way? I've got lots of good surprises, fresh and yummy for you every day. There are malts and shakes and sundaes too, whenever you stop. And of course your very, very favorite, the cone with the curl on top.
You don't have to just dream about Dairy Queen. Your favorite Dairy Queen treat is a refreshing reality at your nearest Dairy Queen store.
Show starts in 1 minute.
For our patrons, men, women, boys, girls. Through the cooperation of leading business places, you may now have free admission to this theater. Ask for dividend tickets when you shop at... Names of merchants who give dividend tickets are listed in the lobby of the theater and on circulars at the concession stand. Dividend tickets will be accepted on all standard box office priced films. So take a circular with you today and start saving dividend tickets tomorrow when you shop. See your next movie completely free.
And now, on with the show.
And on with the show. Hello, 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 hello. How all doing? We're going back to Deadly Premonition. Should work this time. I say skeptically. But who the fuck knows? If you remember last time we just had some issues with the car sounds. But let's see how it goes this time.
During the investigation, these puppies are making me go to another town in the boondocks again.
I didn't think you'd keep me waiting in the rain for so long.
Welcome. I'm the sheriff, George Woodman. Call me George.
There's definitely something in this town.
Yeah, it seems to be alright so far. Do you feel it, Zach? My coffee warned me about it. Alright, lollipop, sweet sugary candy. Oh, better move the mouse out of the way.
A police car.
Don't be late, Sheriff George Woodman. Our office is open.
George to thank for preparing a car for me.
Let's see what time the office is open. We're not going there today. We'll leave it for another day. So fingers crossed that the sound doesn't fuck up this time.
I have to tell you, Zach, this place simply amazes me. The keys were left on the front hood. And nobody stole the car. Value.
Town has murdered.
This town has what the country needs. Values. Let's
Yeah,
get over
it's
to
a
the
little bit of
sheriff's
murder. Got the master key. So it drives any cop car in the game. Got a flare that will call us a new cop car if we break down. And yep. The sound is just fine. Need to turn, Jesus. The cars in this handle like hell. They go too fast. Slow down, you maniac. Alright, we are driving to Anna's house. Oh, missed our turn. She was the woman who was murdered. And ergo, we should probably go check on what exactly is in her house. Also, it'll lead us down a trail of fucking side quests and shit like that, which will help us in the long run. I think if we go this way, oh, we're gonna crash the car. Anna's house is that one. Yep. Perfect turn. And turn right again. Is this it? Yeah, just there. Nailed it. Well, let's drive for a bit and...
So, About those bonus features in DVDs.
Let's learn about bonus features in DVDs.
You know, the ones from the 80s have almost no bonus material. Even if they do, it's a trailer and the visual quality is pretty bad. Well, that visual quality is a good reminder of those days. So many new audio and visual appliances were coming out back then. Do you remember the first video deck we bought? We bought it to record one of the Star Wars movies on TV. And remember when that video store opened, we spent hours there, just trying to find a good movie to rent. There weren't that many to choose from back then. I remember renting some really bad ones after reading those back cover taglines.
This is great.
Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, filmed in 1978. Produced, directed, written, and edited by John DeBello. It was really awful, but for some reason I still remember it pretty well. It had so many sequels, and the original was re-released in 95. The 87-minute-long theatrical release bumped up to a whopping 90 minutes.
Whoa.
But that was around the time I joined the Bureau. I never have a chance to see it. I know, Zach. Once this case is over, we can watch it together.
Oh, that sounds nice.
Buy a copy on the internet pretty easily.
Oh, we finished our chit-chat. Out of the car.
Zach, is there something here that you want to check out? We're supposed to go through Anna Graham's
should
file
rename
at the
this.
sheriff's office, but if you want to act on a hunch, then I'm with you.
Alright. That seems to work. I got bullets. Delivered to your mailbox. Alright, we need to wait for this to open. So, what's the time now? 10. Where are the cigarettes? There we go. We'll go to about 12. And there we go. Cool, so there's two things we wanted here. The place is open, and this car is here. No, that's Richard. I actually don't give a shit about him.
I'm FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan. Please, call me York. It's what everyone calls me.
That's what everyone calls him.
York. Sounds like a last name.
Hilarious. Richard Dunn, Darts Bar owner.
I'm Richard Dunn. I own one of the bars here. It's called Swery 65. How'd you like the town?
Oh, it's great. Aside from the murder that happened here.
Yep. The murder just doesn't fit with a small town like ours.
Well, Richard, I'll have to correct you on that. Crimes don't care about size. Big town, small town, just isn't a factor.
I guess you're right.
Yeah?
So, how did you know Anna?
I've known her since she was a child. She was the same age as my son. She always stood out, but pretty enough, just like her mother. So.
You seem to know a lot. How long have you been in love with her?
Hey,
Woof.
don't go there. That scar of yours tells me you got your hands full too, right? Let's not dive into personal matters. It'll be better for you and me.
You're right, Richard. Collecting gossip won't help with the matter at hand.
Alright. That's our chat with Richard.
Hey!
What's up? If you need something from me, come see me at the bar. And we got nothing else to say. What can we observe about him? They say he was a punk back then, but now he's grown up and settled down. We do want his son to show up at some point. But maybe it just won't be this time. Oh, there he is again. Got a stabilizer. Another suspect.
Anna, where are you going? Don't leave me.
Sally Graham, Anna's mother.
You there. Do you know where Anna is? Anna, my dear.
No clue. Suppose she's at the hospital.
I don't think we'll get anything out of her like this.
Yeah, I say we keep pressing her.
I'd like to ask you some questions about Anna.
Anna. Oh, Why did she have to die? She was so happy, so full of life, Anna. She loved that dress in the picture so much. She looked so pretty in it, but now she won't be able to wear it again. Yes, that dress. I can't find that dress anywhere.
That dress?
A dress?
Her dress. Where is it? Without it, She looked so pretty when she wore it for prom. She was the prettiest girl in town that night. So why did she? Where's that dress? Where?
Where is the dress?
I don't think we'll get much more out of her like this. Maybe if
Well,
we find the dress and bring it to her, she'll calm down enough to talk.
Maybe she will. Where's the dress? Start. We don't need to read it. We know what we need to do. We need to find the dress. Alright, upstairs. Through this door here. And let's look at the photo.
Look, Zach. It's a picture taken during her prom night. There are no other pictures of Anna in a dress. This blue dress here, then, must be the one Sally is looking for. She does look like a
Great
goddess.
detective work.
Sally was right. She sure is pretty.
It's a creepy,
That
creepy
smile
photo.
would make any man turn to butter.
Boo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Can we zoom in? I don't know what that other photo is of. Oh. Alright. Through the door. And the dress is down here. And through here.
Zach, this is it.
This is it.
This is the same dress as the one in the prom picture. Let's take it to Sally.
You got Anna's dress. Come on. Come on, York. We have to drop off the dress. And Sally, how you doing? Did you find your dress? Oh, hey, Barry.
Say, what is it? Hey,
Hey.
why it's buttercup popcorn.
I just noticed the sounds coming out of
Tesla
my speaker.
7 Wave Woot.
I don't know if that worked. The speaker, my speakers were playing the sound rather than the actual thing. But cheers for the resub, Baron. Hope you're doing well. You heard it. Oh, that's good. That's weird. It came out of my speakers rather than through my headphones. And I can't figure out why that happened.
The dress. This is Anna's dress.
How are you doing, friend?
Anna.
Slept 12 hours. Brilliant.
We found the dress.
I'm good. I'm good, thanks,
More
man.
about Anna.
Enjoyed
She
your
was such a good girl. She was the most beautiful girl in town.
Jackbox stream the other night.
Blonde hair. Everyone around her just loved her.
On the night of the murder.
Hope to see you do it again.
Yes.
It's good fun.
I think so.
You think so?
That day. The day she died. I stayed over at a friend's place. If only I'd been here, Anna might not have gone.
Where did you stay that night?
It was. I enjoyed it very much. Thanks for hosting that.
Aha. So, in other words, you have...
Sorry I couldn't stay for too long for it, but I enjoyed what I did play.
She wasn't the kind of girl that would walk around at night. She was always dancing under the sun. Yes, under the pouring sunshine, like this.
Zach, look. A key fell from Anna's dress. Maybe
I'll wait for this cutscene to finish and then I'll talk.
Sorry, Sally, but we're going to have to take a look in there.
You got Anna's key. Pardon me. So this game is Deadly Premonition. It is a very, very, very weird game. We got the key. Very, very strange game. It's very much like Twin Peaks, if you've ever watched that before, which was a very weird show. Huge cult classic. Weirdly, this is one of my favorite games of all time, if not my favorite. Because it's just got a weird charm to it. It's really hard to explain. I'm sure you've encountered this game on countdown lists before. It often appears on different lists. I know What Culture have covered it multiple times. It's a very unappealing game, but also you think you own it. It's a very interesting game. It's just very hard to explain. We've got the card for Anna's dress. You also collect cards in this game for whatever reason. You do own it. It's very, very buggy. It took me a lot to get the game running. And hey, Silent, hope you're well, mate.
She was at an age that craves excitement.
You had curtains like that suit once? The suit's hideous, isn't it? It's amazing, though. I love it.
Doesn't matter what town you're from. Girls will be girls.
I would.
You know, Zach,
I did
country of ours,
tinker a bit with it to get it to run.
Towns left. None at all.
I don't know. I own every version of this game.
Today is the day of the
We'll
ceremony,
wait for this.
and I'm a little nervous about it. Day 2.
Actually, I'll be right back.
The first time
Just give me 1
he
second.
wasted on me, it was so amazing, so exhilarating. Day 3. He doesn't let anything slip. I'm really worried about Becky. Day 4. Delivery man Q won't be able to protect Becky, so that's the last page written. It's very interesting. You can learn a lot from a diary. So we have this unnamed he, Becky, and this delivery man Q. Zach, this could be more interesting than I thought.
I've got the Xbox version of the game, which was the original one released. I've got 2 copies of this, but I only bothered to find one. Because it got released in different areas. I'm guessing this is the EU version from memory. So I've got both covers that are possible to get for it. So I've got the Xbox 360 version and the PlayStation version. The Xbox 360 version is the better version, honestly. It's the one I'd probably recommend tracking down. If you can find it, it is generally the better version, but I'm playing the PC one. I'm alright healthier than I was, but also really far away behind work. So it should be a short visit. All good, Silent. No problem. But good to hear from you again, man. It's been a while. Okay, so we picked up the diary. There's an entry about delivery man Q. Who could that be? And we're bound to figure it out. So this is just a train of side quests that you don't need to do these to finish the game. But there is value in doing it, which I'll explain once we get there. But it's quite a long train of side quests. I got a feeling that the PC version map doesn't show you people. Could wipe you out for 10 days. Turns out not being off for 3 years might actually be a good thing. Well, at least the worst is behind you now. Well, hopefully behind you. One of the weird things in this game, and it always throws me, is your car can only be technically parked at certain spots. You can park it anywhere within the game world. But when you enter and exit a building, it will set it to its parking spot. And our car just moved here. Man, I'm really, really anxious about catching it. I think it's inevitable that I will. because of the travel I have planned. It's just a given, right? You can't travel to 5 different countries and dodge it. It's just not possible. I mean, it's technically going to be more than 5 different countries. It's going to be like 6. I'm going to the US, I'm going to the England and Scotland, I'm going to Prague, and I'm going to Greece. So only 5. I think that's the only 5 we're going to. Dodging COVID should be possible. I mean, I'm going to be vaxxed and boosted, masked up at every possible scenario. But there's obviously always going to be the possibility that I do inevitably get it. Like, I don't know how likely it is to dodge. Particularly as I'm not going to be traveling to those places just to sit in a hotel room. You're obviously going to be out and doing stuff, right? There should be somebody that drops over. Somebody that visits the house. I'm just waiting for them. So we need to talk to them. If we're outdoors a lot, I mean, I assume we'll be outdoors a lot. I don't know what sort of places we'll be going in for or into. There's just one person we're waiting to drop over. What's the time now? 12. Let's sit outside and have a cigarette until... I mean, obviously, hopefully I don't catch it. Until 1. Is he going to turn up? Probably not. We might have to drive to his house. Alright. Driving we are. I mean, we may very well pass him on the way. The cool thing about this game is that everybody has their own schedules, everybody has their own lives, people go around and do their own thing. I think we're going the right way. I vaguely remember the map off by heart. Suspect, that could actually be him. Oh no, that's just a diner. So I was trying to get out of there. I think it might be him. I think this is actually the guy we're looking for. The game's just bugged and not letting him out. Yeah, that is him. It's totally bugged. The PC version is very, very buggy, which is why I recommend the Xbox version. I think, as a whole, the ideas for this game are finished. Oh, he's out. I just think the PC port's really bad. Cool. We got him.
FBI special agent, Francis.
None at the moment.
So
Oh, well. Keep an eye out. It's well worth getting. It's delivering man Q.
I have an interest in murder cases involving young women.
Well, you know, man, this might just be another case to you, but it means the death of a friend to me. I don't want you taking this lightly, like it's just another case.
I never take anything of this nature lightly, I assure you. I'm here to apprehend the perpetrator who did this.
Yeah, because local enforcement can't shine their own boots, right?
Good point. You can't always count on the police now, can you?
I like that he takes it
That
literal.
doesn't mean you're going to capture the perpetrator yourself.
How do you know my name?
I memorized the name of every citizen before arriving in town. I also know about you and your significant other.
You mean Becky?
Good idea.
Don't underestimate the FBI. We know and see everything.
I'm sorry if I was a little harsh.
I managed to pick it up on Trade Me.
Okay.
Okay, Zach, I'll tell you how I knew his name. He's got a small Q on his hat. And that was the only name beginning with Q that I could think of. He was even kind enough to tell us his girlfriend's
fair.
name. I can read him like a book, Zach.
Yeah?
Sadly, Anna's mother is kind of unstable, you know? Post-traumatic stress will do that to you. Exactly. So she's not able to walk around to herself, do much by herself yet. And that's why I'm bringing her lunch, driving her around. That's very kind of you. Well, she's close to my old man, and I was friends with Anna. I mean, that's the least I could do for her, right?
Yeah?
Sally, I hope she gets over this soon. I was surprised as well. I did try looking for one when I was experiencing issues, particularly as it's a cult game, sort of like Vampire the Masquerade was. They got the community patch because there's such a cult following behind it, and this one just didn't get it for some reason. Oh, we want to go this way. So it's why I'd recommend the Xbox 360 version. There's no bugs that I've experienced in the 360 version, which is why I say...
Speaking of 80s movies, one jewel in the rough.
Well, then about 80s movies.
Deadly Spawn. Do you remember that one, Zach? Back in '83, directed by Douglas McCann. Right. It was filmed pretty cheap, but still it was pretty good. The monster design with the mouth crammed full of teeth, I loved it. So many delicious B-movie cliches. Did you know that they made a sequel? But I never got to see the sequel. The rental store didn't have it for some reason. They said the staff for the sequel was totally different from the original. Wonder how the sequel turned out. You know, the monster in that one responded to sound. Wait, Zach. Sounds a lot like the movie Tremors. I think that one was back in '89, directed by Ron Underwood. Now that was a great role for Kevin Bacon. Masterpiece. Zach, that one had sequels like crazy. I remember there was a fourth one. I've only seen the first one, though.
Yep, while you drive around, York here will tell you about 80s movies, which is a weird touch, but I kind of like it. It's such a weird game, this. It really, really is. I'm pretty sure we're trying... Yeah. Yeah, I'm surprised how untouched it is. I mean, the game always controlled poorly and looked bad. But as I said, I played through the 360 version, and genuinely there were no bugs. But a small one, which is if you can choose which chapter to play. There's a chapter select, and if you're in a certain chapter and skip back, it will soft lock the game, so you can't finish it. But it's a very, very particular thing to do. It's like the specific chapter, and if you go back a chapter from that chapter, the game will stuff up, and that doesn't bother me too much. But yeah, the PC port is pretty bad. Yeah, it's a dumb one because it can really screw you over. But as I say, it's such a minor one. I can't remember which chapter it is. If you're going to buy the game, it is when you get the key for the diner. If you skip back, once you get the key for the diner, if you skip back, you'll lose the key for the diner permanently, and you can't get it again, and that's when it soft locks.
FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan. Please, call me York. That's what everyone calls me.
FBI? The police? I've got nothing to say to you.
Yeah, like I said, it's a pretty bug.
It's always hard to think of a subject to talk about when you meet someone.
Any other time you can skip chapter.
But wouldn't Anna's
It's
death be
literally
a common
just the
subject
one.
we can talk about?
I don't want to talk about it.
I love the way York talks. So we don't have much in common, but we both know about your friend's death.
Go away.
Is there some reason you want to be alone?
Anna, my best friend who's just killed. How would you feel?
I see. You and
She's
Anna
got a point.
are really close. I'm sorry, but I'm just doing my job. If you think of anything you want to talk about, contact me, okay?
That'll never happen. I don't really like the police.
That's rude. Well, you need to keep talking to her, though.
Mind if I ask you a couple of questions?
I've got nothing to say.
Her best friend. I see you and Anna were close.
Maybe this will change your mind.
And that's...
Anna's diary. Let me read you a part that I find...
I'm very much like you, Baron. I'm really big into physical. Hence, I've got
I'm a little nervous about it.
both of those versions.
Any idea what this ceremony is?
It's also on the Switch, but the Switch has got the buggy version as well.
He doesn't let anything slip.
The Switch is a bad port.
Delivery man Q won't be able to protect Becky.
I wonder if
Your
that's...
name twice. An unnamed he, and then this delivery man Q.
deliberate silence.
You don't want to talk? Or are you too scared to talk?
Just leave me alone.
Zach, this is a problem.
The sequel's on the Switch, and the sequel works fine now. When it came out, it was bad, but they patched it.
We should start with
They just didn't patch the
Q.
original game. Now we have to go find Quint again. This is the only quest that's like this, by the way. Like, literally throughout the whole game, this is the only quest that's this back and forth. But it is what I recommend doing first in the game because you get a weapon out of it. And it's the first non-breakable weapon you can get. So it is worth the time into doing it. Well, I was thinking of deliberate in the sense of how it's very, very Twin Peaks inspired. And Agent Cooper probably was... I mean, David Lynch is probably... the driving's not too bad. It's a bit weird. It's a bit too sharp to corners. You turn a bit too tight. The only problem I have with the driving is you got your fuel gauge on the bottom. Oh, I just crashed. But see, the crashing does nothing to you. I lost 2% of the car's health on that. The fuel gauge drops really, really quick. And we'll need to top up petrol quite soon because of that. I was going to say, David Lynch, I imagine probably is autistic, right? He comes across it at least. And I imagine he writes quite autobiographical. In some ways, his characters always seem like that. So, potentially deliberate in that sense. You crash a lot. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it. The other thing is, there's an item you get, which you get quite easy access to, which is the flare. Pardon me. And you can use that whenever a car breaks down, whether it be runs out of petrol or crashes. And you get a new one. Alright, we're going to quickly pop into the store. I think that's Quint's car. Or is that Richard's?
Zach, is there something here that you want to check out? We're supposed to go through Anna Graham's file at the sheriff's office, but if you
That's Richard's car. There's another side quest we need to do here. Oh, it's the wrong person. Bugger.
So, you're the talk of the town.
I think we've gone here too late in the day.
FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan. Please call me York.
I have to go here tomorrow.
The name's Keith. Pleasure meeting you, York. Sure is a big scar. It's bigger than I thought it would be.
So, Keith, I have a couple of questions about the incident.
Huh? Sure, fire away, man.
I was saying during my last playthrough, pardon me, that people mention Scar a lot, which seems weird. It's actually very important to the plot.
Sicko would do that to her.
Well, I'm here to catch that sicko. Listen, even the smallest piece of information.
The Scar is actually very, very integral to the
If
plot.
there's anything you noticed or want to let me know, contact me.
Okay, will do, bro. You got my cooperation, FBI.
When you first sort of play this game, you kind of think, this is weird. They mention this all the time. Why is that?
Sure thing, bro. We got what you need, so drop in anytime.
There's a weird thing in here that I want to point out as well. If it's still in the... It might not be in the PC port. They might have got rid of it. Yeah. I think they've redone the shelves. It's only going to be in the Xbox version then. Damn. One of the items on the shelf in the Xbox version is just labeled New Zealand. Legit, like there's just a random object in the store that's just like New Zealand. And you're just like, what was this? Yeah, no, there's nothing there. Alright, well, we can buy some off. Want to browse the merchandise, man? We've got enough rockin' stuff here. Just like a shop in the city. I heard that you have everything here. Yeah, cool. He doesn't remember everything that's for sale, Keith. So he's not as good to buy from. We've already got the cheese. We don't need... As I say, flares are there, and they're pretty cheap. So if you crash your car a lot, just stock up on fares. And when you hear, yeah, exactly. But yeah, they've removed it from the PC port. I never knew that. It's in the Xbox version, and it's here. There's a shelf here, and it's got it there. So yeah, we need to go to the store again tomorrow morning. We might have to... You can take as many days as you want. You've got to sleep and eat and all of that in this game. It's sort of a life simulator in some ways in this game. To the point we probably should grab something to eat at some point in game. Let's go see if Quint's home. So imagine York will be getting hungry by now. Ooh. Just crashed again there. I probably should have done the 360 version, but I just didn't. I wanted to... I don't really know why I picked the PC version. I think this is Quint's house. What's the time? It's only 1:30. We'll smoke outside until 2, I guess. The schedules are different as well. It is easier. I mean, I've got a capture card and all of that. But it's a matter of saving disk space and all that as well. I think because Quint glitched earlier before, it screwed up his schedule. I can't remember the exact times, but I know he goes home for lunch with his dad. Oh, there he is. So they'll be eating lunch together right now. Potatoes. Potatoes will satisfy. small amount of hunger, I was going to say. We can just watch them together. Yes, you can be a peeping Tom in this game and watch people through their windows. And they don't notice you, even though I'm directly in front of them right now. Not creepy at all. It's so creepy. We're just completely just watching these two people eat lunch, father and son. Alright, we better leave them to it. There's a fishing minigame in this as well, which we'll have to do at some point. I'm wanting to do a 100% playthrough. It's Michael Myers' life. The wanky sense that it's like Metal Gear Solid 2. They're probably just ignoring you. They probably already heard about this weird detective in town. They're just like, oh, there he goes again. 3:30 late enough? Oh, York wants to eat. Do we have any food? We got a lollipop. So we've got a hunger and sleep meter on the screen. We need to sleep pretty soon as well. You stuffed your face. Give a local tourism boost after the murder. Eat the donut as well. That's plenty. The story to this game is so good though. That's what I like about it. Like, the murder mystery itself is really intriguing. I swear he did a really, really good job in terms of writing it. Like, you actually get invested into trying to figure out who it is. And the motivations why and all of that. Because the town's weird. But it's weird in a way that you still believe it. So you actually become really, really invested into that whole, like, why did Arne die? Hey, Short. How you doing? Hope you're well. Neighborhood Watch Taken 2, literally. I'm just waiting for Quint to finish his lunch. I'm going to need to stock up on smokes again soon. 4 o'clock? Is he done? Yeah. Yeah, I was gutted that D4 won't be finished. I had really, really high hopes for it. Quint, have you ever heard of someone called Delivery Man Q? Whoa, this is coming out of left field. What are you trying to find out? Delivery Man Q? Doesn't ring a bell. Ask someone else. Oh, you played D4, so this was by the same guy, if you didn't know. Wait till he looks away and look into his bike. So this scene...
Hands up. No touching the collection, okay?
We got caught. This scene is taken directly from Twin Peaks.
Hey, hands up.
What? He's not looking.
Okay.
It should count that he's looking away. We got an item. We got Quint's bike tank. It's a card. Turn away again, Quint. We got cola. I think that boosts your sleep. Quint, have you ever heard of someone called Delivery Man Q? Yeah, he goes for that again. Turn away from the bike. Good, you've just woken up. That doesn't sound like you at all, Short. Come on, turn away. This time we can look. It's going to have the yellow indicator. So Swery did his most famous game overall is probably this one. He did Spy.
Zach, look at this red powder.
What was it called? Do you remember Silent?
Everyman Q was transporting.
That was his most underdeveloped game. Like there was Spy Fiction. There was the one where he had a really, really good idea and just didn't carry on with it. Just sort of abandoned it. A typical modern day youngster, I'd say. What do you want, Agent York? Well, we want to show you this red dust that we found in your petrol tank. You don't have rehearsals, so you don't have to be up early.
I found this in your bike. What is it, Quint?
It's just health food.
Probably his strongest example of unfinished.
Grounded like coffee beans made from the seeds of a plant. Totally legal. All right?
So why was it in the tank of your bike?
D4 is unfinished, not by his decision, to be fair.
It was in there. You know, riding along and you suddenly get hungry, or maybe you find someone on the road who really needs food.
Can't you give me an honest answer?
I'm telling you the truth.
Very well. If you must persist in lying. You won't mind if I take this and get it looked at, will you?
Hold on.
You said it was totally legal, right?
Must be totally legal.
Am I wrong about this?
No, it's nothing. Just do what you want. Go ahead, just take it.
We will. Alright, we need to show that to... I haven't played it either. It's one of the games I've heard really good things about. Like, top tier good things about, but I've never played it. I've played Spy Fiction, Deadly Premonition, obviously. Like I said, I've got every version of Deadly Premonition. I've got the PC, PS3, Xbox, Switch versions. I've got the sequel, and I've got the board game, which I should probably bring down and show during the stream one time. Just for the fact that, like, hey, I've got the board game. I did really want to buy the soundtrack, but I never got around to it. How's the board game? It's very good, but it sort of just lends to the very basic idea of those what's the word I'm looking for? Deduction games. So like Spyfall and Werewolf and games like that. But there's a little bit more to it.
I've never seen you here before. You intend
But it's within the same realm of those games. Gina the Rose, Jack's wife.
What's your name?
I'm Gina. Folks call me the Rose.
I'm Francis York Morgan, FBI Special Agent.
Yeah, it's pretty much like one of those games.
FBI. Wow, how cool. And, I like that scar.
See, it gets mentioned again.
Info on Anna or any suspicious individuals?
All good, short.
I hate that complex stuff. Let's have a more simple conversation.
Simple.
Yeah. Do you want gas?
The Missing's good. The Missing was going to be really, really... was one of those games that was, like, nominated constantly for awards, but just never tipped to the point. I think you're the one that pointed out The Missing was a half price. Because I hadn't got on it for ages, and I remember talking about it with someone. It might have been you, Silent. That it was half price on Steam, and I got it and played it then. So actually I played it thanks to you, potentially. They like it when I put it in, and they like it when I pull it out. Do you like the way I pump it? We need to talk to her. I'm not into conversation. Tell me to fill her up. I just might pump it down. Okay. She's got nothing to say. we will actually get out of the car quickly, because there's a card to pick up. Yeah, I played it thanks to presumably yourself. It's a good game. You got Gina's Sponge. No, it's a game Sweary made. That's sort of a puzzle platformer where you can use and throw your body parts. Oh. To solve puzzles. But not related to the TV series. I actually forgot he did that game.
Uh-huh.
Well, we're going to fill her up. We'll get a car wash. The car wash is how you repair the car, by the way, but there's a side quest with her for getting your car washed multiple times. If you get it washed multiple times, you complete a side quest and she will do a sexy dance for you every time she washes the car. But I'm trying to do a 100% run, so we have to complete that side quest. Also, her husband works at the gas station, and there's a side quest attached to him as well. Unfortunately, he doesn't do a sexy dance, so... Come again? Her belt is worthless? Pretty much. It's also... Pardon me. It's also randomly... Like, just randomly picked who will come out. Like, it's just a random dice roll. With the general store, it's based on the time of day, whether you get the husband or wife in the store. But for that one, it's just a random dice roll, whether you get him or her.
Tremors. I think Fred Ward...
Let's learn more about 80s movies.
Ward, and I say, Remo Williams, The Adventure Begins. That one was back in '85, I think. Directed by Guy Hamilton. Guess Hamilton was aiming to start a series like 007, but it had no sequels.
Right.
Shame. Do you remember the martial arts they used in that film? Called Sinanju? The ultimate in martial arts, using no weapons at all. Remo's master Chun ran across water, remember? And he loved soap operas. Man, that was a good character. He was played by Joel Grey, the best supporting actor in Cabaret. Of course, in Remo, he had so much makeup on you couldn't tell.
I think we might be out of topics for this chapter. But every chapter he will talk about a new series of 80s films. It's such a weird touch. It's a film you're not familiar with. I think I had heard of it prior to playing this game. I'm guessing you know Tremors. I'm pretty sure I remember hearing about Remo through another movie channel. I can't remember which one in particular, but it was just sort of talking about the whole fact that they were really clearly trying to make a series. He talks about a lot of B movies and a few popular ones. Like at the start he talked about, what sort of kicked it off was he talked about DVDs, and then he talked about Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, and went down this weird track to talking about Remo. What do you want? Well, we want to show you those red dusts. Those red dust.
Where'd you get that?
Quint's trailer. He's delivery man Q, isn't he? You don't have to hide it any longer. I'm on your side. Will you tell me everything you know?
Yes, he's delivery man Q.
What a twist.
So please just leave him
that all depends on what else you can tell me, Becky. His being delivery man Q doesn't prove he had nothing to do with Anna's murder. Is there any way to make a statement?
I did get Attack of the Killer Tomatoes and Fried Green Tomatoes mixed up in my head for a second.
Just wait here. Give this to Quint and tell him I can't accept it.
Acquired engagement ring.
That's all I can do. Don't ask me for anything more. You'll get us both killed.
Zach, I was hoping we'd get a little bit more out of her, but that's okay.
Alas.
We'll get more when we hand over the ring. Let's go give Mr. Delivery Man Q a visit and see what happens.
Ba-ba-ba. That's exactly how it would work. We've gone through multiple side quests in just this train. It's kind of weird that it splits into separate side quests. Oh, Zuki knows his deadly premonition. How you doing? FK in the coffee. The famous line. It's either FK in the coffee or the Sinner's sandwich, which is the most popular bits from this game. Ooh. For those that don't know, and we'll get it later in the game, but there's a sandwich that you eat to punish yourself if you've done something horrible in your life, called a Sinner's sandwich, which is a sandwich with turkey, cornflakes, and raspberry jam.
Now, Joel Gray's daughter is, of course, that's right, Jennifer Gray. You knew that, right, Zach?
I did.
Jennifer Gray. She's in one of my most favorite movies, Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
See, another 80s classic.
Directed by John Hughes. Huh, that one was so 80s. Zach, you're not the most cheerful guy I know, but you really do like those cheerful movies. We used to love those teenage movies back then, didn't we? Breakfast Club and Pretty in Pink, St. Elmo's Fire, and Fast Times at Ridgemont High. That last one was in 1982, directed by Amy Hecker. Now,
It's hard to imagine it was that old.
You've got Sean Penn in the lead, with Jennifer Jason Leigh and Phoebe Cates, not to mention Nicolas Cage and Forrest Whitaker were in it too. And the original book and the script were written by Cameron Crowe.
It's also hard to imagine that Cameron Crowe was that old.
When that movie ended, the last words, the end, was from an arcade game. That's right, it was from Missile Command. That stuck in my head for a while. The memories.
There's a Remo Williams 2? Amazing.
Let's just hope we can get to the end of this case soon. Then maybe we can catch up on a few. Give some thought about what movie you want to see next, Zach.
Alright. This is the last time we need to speak to...
Something here that you want to check out? We're supposed to go through Anna Graham's file
Yeah, I know.
at the office, but if you want to act on a hunch, then I'm with you.
We are going to miss the file because it's only 30 minutes until the police station shuts. I wasn't aware there was a sequel. It's pretty amazing though. What do you want, Agent York? We want to give the ring back. Becky's engagement ring. It has Q to B carved in it.
Where did you get that?
Becky.
What do you think?
She also told me to tell you that she can't accept it.
Can't accept? What does that mean?
Exactly what it sounds like, Quint. I think she was extremely worried about you. I'm just guessing, but she's been giving you the plants to make the red powder, hasn't she? Then you rode your bike out of town. You went on a trip, and you sold the powder somehow. You bought that ring with the money. That's why she gave me the ring. She wants to stop you from making any more trips. She doesn't want you to get involved anymore with this.
But I did all this for her.
You fool.
I started delivering because I wanted the extra cash.
No.
You know, things change over time, as you can see.
No, it's not like by Coupon, so...
And I live in a trailer house. She's out of my league, you know? And so
That's a good movie.
I wanted to be the kind of guy she could be with.
York must surely talk about the movie. I can't remember.
Have things gone too far? Because of me?
Not at all, Quint. You can do things over. You're still young.
Can you hold off on arresting me just for a little while? I want to apologize to her and promise her that I'll never carry that junk again. Just give me a little time.
Incredible cast.
Please? I'll turn myself in once I've talked to her, okay?
Zach, what is he talking about? Huh? Why would I arrest an innocent youth such as yourself? Quint,
Yeah, you're innocent.
Murder investigation here. We can talk about health food another time, okay? If you really want to confess, you could always try a church. What do you think, Zach?
It isn't much.
People don't know why you're talking to yourself.
As a thank you gift.
There you go. We got the wrench. We did all of this just for a wrench.
Zach, another young life saved. Good job.
Completed engagement ring. But yeah, legit, we did all of that back and forth just for a wrench. But as I said, it's the first unbreakable weapon you can get in the game. So it's really, really worth getting as soon as you can. And also, that quest does get locked off later in the game. So you do kind of want to do it while you can. I don't know what time the pub opens. I'm gonna quickly stop by the general store. Because I want to see if the wife is working. Because we need to talk to her for a particular side quest. I don't think she is... Oh, is that her car? Yeah, it is. So she could be working. Yeah, you do need to go fishing. Well, you don't need to, but we will be going fishing to get the 100% completion. Oh, we got Grekotch. Still Keith, unfortunately. She should be here. Yeah, there she is.
FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan. And you are?
Lily Ingram. My husband owns a convenience store, and we have 2 sons.
Keith's wife. It's kind of weird that
I like to think that I'm just
the woman are regulated to wife.
Family. Aside from the point that our sons were the first witnesses to the crime scene.
You seem pretty calm considering their involvement in such a big murder case.
You think so? I'm glad to hear that. Anyway, if I looked all bleak and gloomy, I think it would hurt our business. Agent Morgan, about that scar.
That's worrying. That's amazing. So it was in development hell for a while.
People have been calling New York for a long time.
You're a silly one.
No, not at all. I'm just a regular special agent. So what were you about to say, Lily? About my scar?
I used to do anime music videos back in the day.
It's because you said something silly.
And I did one that was really, really popular, really, really successful. Like, it's got really high views on YouTube.
I will.
But it was uploaded in, like, 2006 as well.
So I'll see you from time to time.
And I still get comments on it that were like, why is the quality, like, as in terms of video quality, so low? Like, it's uploaded in 2006. That's why. You could only upload in, like, 260p back then. At, like, the top level. This shop is just the right size for finding things. Really? I'm glad then. If you can find what you want, if you can't find what you want for Keith, then please come and ask me. He only tends to remember things that he likes himself. Wow. That, I mean, that's kind of going to be the thing, right? Because Samurai Cop is... It's going to be the same sort of thing of, like, Remo being... The original Remo being better than the sequel. Like, Samurai Cop, even though Samurai Cop's trash, it's still better than the sequel. Because the sequel's just dreadful. Even though the sequel actually has a budget to it and better quality equipment and all of that, it's far harder to watch. Because what it did was just record. I had the sneaking suspicion that it was written by 4chan. Because it's just lines that they thought, yeah, it's just lines in Samurai Cop 2 that they thought would be funny to say. Samurai Cop is at least coherent-ish. The bigger problem is just that it suffers from the typical problem of a no-budget film where the stunts look cheap and crap, and they'll film a shot and it'll be like day, night, and it'll quickly change between the two. And like cars will change color and stuff like that just because they had no budget. So they have to reuse shots and do all this with trickery. Then why don't you look after the store? I couldn't do that. He owns the place. I wouldn't do anything good to rely on me at all the time over. You shouldn't do anything to destroy the confidence of those you love. Right, hon? You're a very understanding woman. Anyway, Keith works better when he's confident. When he works well, that lightens the load on me. I see. It's a clever strategy. I won't have the patience to carry out this strategy. Now stop being silly. Well, did you want to buy something? I can show you what we've got. We can buy stuff, but we also need to talk to her. She got anything we need to buy? Onion we need to buy. This is for a side quest later on. Eggs we need to buy. Again, for a side quest later on. We've got the cheese. I think we might need the salmon as well. I'll buy it just in case. Turkey sandwich. I'm surprised no one's ever tried to do that. To do a streaming service for that. I mean, for two reasons, right? Is one, that majority of them will be copyright free. So technically anyone can do it legally. Just even have a paid service to pay for the server costs, but just host all these terrible movies. Because a ton of them are without license. Like Night of the Living Dead is free. Like anyone can play that. I can put that on stream right now and Twitch can't touch me because it's got no copyright on it at all. Yeah, the most expensive part will be upscaling them. But even then, that's not going to be I mean, it'll be more based on the numbers than the work. Come again. We need to talk to her yet again.
Hi there.
You always look like a busybody. Is the job working you that hard?
It's not so bad, hon. I've got
Yeah,
used to
the
it.
time is a problem, but like if you charge $5 a month,
Pressing forward too quickly.
I'm sure people would want to pay for it.
You're being silly. Oh, yeah. Hon, if you have time on your hands, can I ask you a favor?
This is a weird part of the
Nothing
game.
major. It's just
It's one of those
upsetting as a
box
toddler.
puzzles.
It just makes it worse every time he tries to clean it up. And I
You have to do this 3 times.
I used to ask my father to help us out, but, well, he's not.
No, I haven't listened to it.
Of course, I'll give you something in return. If you tidy the place up, I'll give you this.
What's that?
A bronze card. It's a discount card for the milk barn. You'll be able to buy things cheaper with
Actually, I think you have to do this
I think
4
it'll help you
times.
lower your investigation expenses.
So you're
3 or
saying
4
that
times.
helping you out will ultimately help the investigation. Zach, what do you think? I don't mind if you want to help her.
Let's do it.
Thank you, hon. The storage room is this way.
Part-time job 1. We can only do it once per chapter though, so we actually have to wait a while before we can do it again. It'll be interesting. There's obviously a lot out there. A lot of shitty movies out there, I mean. Alright. It's kind of annoying. Because you can't really see what you meant to do here. They have improved one thing on the PC version, is that in the original he would stop every time. Every block he'd stop. Oh, come on. And this time you can just hold and you'll push it all the way across. So every square you'd stop and he'd restart the animation. It would just take forever to do this. But yeah, the first time's pretty easy. As you can imagine, this gets progressively harder. The problem with the sliding puzzle tile game here is just the camera angle doesn't lend to it.
Thank you, hon. You've been a big help. You're a real hero.
A hero?
Again, this is, at least this isn't necessary to do it.
No, hon. You're that kind of guy. Anyway, here's your reward, hon. You've earned it.
This is just a side quest, so you can skip this and still complete the game.
Discount from your next purchase.
Thank you, Lily.
It's just...
Not to get carried away and overspend, Zach.
So, the first time you do it...
You're a good person. My
All
father
good short.
doesn't seem to appreciate you yet, but I do. And I'm sure Keith and the boys feel the same.
Just wait till you finish talking.
Okay?
Bum, bum, bum. The first time you get that bronze card, so that's, I think it was 25% off everything. Then, no, it can't be. Must be only like 10% of everything. I have, and that's a terrible, terrible movie, Silent. I have no idea how that film got made. It's genuinely, I don't know if concerning is the right word, but it's one of those ones you look at and go, this is... Well, it's hard to tell if it's offensive or not. Like, it genuinely is, because it's so bad. It's so dumb that it sort of goes around. It's like they've done the most offensive thing possible, but done something so offensive that it goes back around to one, and it's no longer offensive. No, it's not meant to be a comedy. It's meant to be serious. It's meant to be like a drama. It's absolutely baffling that it got made.
Okay, Zach. I've been thinking about what movie I'd like to watch next. And finally, I've made a decision. It's always hard to narrow it down just to one movie. But I've put a lot of thought into this. And I'm sure you'll agree with me. 1975.
Oh, can you guess what the film is?
Steven Spielberg himself.
It's Jaws.
Panic movies. Set in a small town in Massachusetts. That movie made me stay away from the beach for years. I was always afraid that a hand might come floating up. You know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah?
It's hilarious that Tiptoes never gets mentioned, considering it's got a big
I was
cast.
not scared by a movie before. But the best thing about it is that it isn't just another panic movie. The mayor who won't close the beach.
Well, it's
even
got
though
a
there's so many victims,
A-level
keeps
cast.
running, putting the citizens' lives above all else. The film gave a lot of time to the dispute and friction between them. It certainly had a lot of messages for a 2-hour film. That's probably another reason why it was such a record-breaking hit. One of my regrets in life is that I didn't see it at the movie theater. I guess I was still just a child back then. But still, I wanted to taste that terror in real time. That reminds me, Zach. Did you know this one? Jaws also appears in another movie that was produced by Spielberg. Second Back to the Future. It was directed by Robert Zemeckis.
I'm just waiting for this place to open, the pub to open.
Of course, but we'll discuss that another time. So, the scene where Jaws appears. is right after
Well, that's the
one
thing that's the most baffling. Most were doing well at the time.
He passes by a movie theater. And
Gary Oldman's always been relatively well
closer. He sees the words Jaws Part 9.
positioned. Beckinsale would have been probably at her peak at the time.
In reality,
McConaughey was probably
30 years from 1985.
the one suffering the most.
We'll be there pretty soon. I wonder what life would be like by then, Zach.
Dinklage obviously would be one of the ones that wouldn't be hadn't sort of become a major star yet, because Game of Thrones is really what kicked him to be like A-level. But as I say, Beckinsale would have been. I just dropped a massive amount of frames then. Yeah, but he would have been at sort of his minor level then. So Gary Oldman's always been a weird stuff, but he's always been like very respected as an actor. So doing Dracula, doing Fifth Element, Sid and Nancy, like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of movies. But he's always been respected. Then you've got Beckinsale, who has never been a like super serious actress. At least anything I can think of. But like at that time, she would have been doing the Underworld films, which is probably again they're cheesy and dumb, but they were blockbusters. Like she was making bank off those films. Yeah, she was very marketable. As I say, she was doing Underworld. Those were making millions and millions of dollars. She would have had her pick of films. And who was the other actress in that? There's another actress in it who was also very, very successful at the time. McConaughey was working his way up at the time, so Patricia Arquette was like not a megastar, but also sort of like Oldman, very respected. Ooh, I got to think of a fun fact, but I can't think of a fun fact. I can't remember what time this opens. Does it tell you? I should go to bed soon. We can probably drink a coffee. I think we've got the cola, which will wake us up. Oh yeah, we got coffee here. Drink it down on one. And we can drink some cola as well. Nice. I'm trying to think of something interesting. I can't think of any fun facts today. This is AM, but those aren't the actual hours. This opens at night. Holes is underrated. Holes is not a brilliant film by any means, but it is underrated. It's one of those ones that's hugely forgotten about. I'm surprised, but I'm not surprised. I'm surprised it was after it, but that's just sort of messes my brain with the timelines. 'Cause I remember, for some reason, I remember Holes being quite early noughties, but obviously wrong. $2003. Yeah, that sounds right. I didn't realize Tiptoes was that early. I know Tiptoes was made a lot earlier than it was released. It got made and then it sort of bounced around and then finally got released quite late. But yeah, as I said, it would have been filmed at the time where, like, Oldman and Beckinsale at least were very, very upmarket and very, very popular. I'm going to need to smoke again. We'll go to 6. Surely this place opens at 6. Get something to eat. Well, the bar's open now, so we can get something to eat here. Well, he was very, what's the word I'm looking for?
Hey.
Yo, do you want a drink? What do you recommend? How about tequila sunrise then? Mick Jagger's love affair with one of these beauties is well documented. Okay, so you're a romantic one. All men are romantic, you know. Even you, I'm sure. Ask yourself, seriously. By the way, did you see Quint's menu, York? His menu's a little different from mine. Just adds a little personality to the place, right? Let's pick whichever you want to serve you. Let's take it easy, okay? But yeah, like I was going to say, he was hugely respected after the Dracula film, just because of his like transformation in that. He was hugely successful from Sid and Nancy. We've got jambalaya, we've got tacos, honeymoon. So the only food we got is tacos or jambalaya. Tacos it is. JFK, True Romance. Of course he was in True Romance. I didn't even think of True Romance. Hey, Claustro, yeah, that's exactly what we're talking about, was just that fact that fucking they have Peter Dinklage, who's a good actor, and even at that time he was seen as a good actor. And we're just like, nah, we'll have Gary Oldman just walk on his knees. We got some more cigarettes. Let's talk to Emily.
Hi.
Good evening, Agent York. Good evening, Emily. You always eat dinner here? Yes, pretty much. I like this place. The atmosphere. It's nice. I like the atmosphere too. It's got that Western thing going on. Makes it feel so fun somehow. Agent York, do you drink a lot? Well, that depends. I drink my share, but I survive perfectly without booze. Survive? That's an interesting way to put it. You think so? Doesn't matter what you do to live, drive, and survive. Here, Dinklage must have gone from main starring role. Imagine being a person that have to tell. I know. Like, breaking the news to Peter, like, he must have auditioned for the main role. He must have gone, oh, you know, brilliant. They're making a film about the struggles of being a little person. Fantastic. I should absolutely audition for this. It's likely going to be myself and Warwick Davis, because we're the two, for lack of a better term, big stars in Hollywood. We're probably both going to audition for this role, but, you know, there's multiple roles. Maybe if I'm not the main guy, surely it's going to go to Warwick. What? It's gone to Gary Oldman? What the fuck? Zach, she's a cute laugh, doesn't she? I don't think it's exactly cute.
Hi.
I like it here because this place makes me feel relaxed, away from it all. You take it easy too, Agent York. So the thing we wanted to do here is another side quest. I think it would have been the right cast, but I just mean like those two were always sort of fighting for roles. I can't even remember how this works. Because we're not playing proper darts here. That's... I thought there was some weird... Yeah, something when they light up. I don't remember this properly. Ah, shit. Vern Troyer, Deep Roy wouldn't have fit the role at all. But it's been so long since I played this game. I can't remember how the lighting thing works. Just missed. I mean, Dinklage did do some crap films. Damn it. So now they light up. Yeah. Ah, you bastard. You said should be you're good at this. Oh, you cock. Station Agent rings a bell. I can't properly remember it. Yeah, that will do. How are you anyway, Cluster? Sorry I didn't ask. Hope you're doing well, mate. Station Agent definitely rings a bell. Been off sick? You got the COVID, eh? Ah, you cock. I keep missing the bloody bonus points. Fierce mild? Sounds better than usual. Nailed it. Wouldn't have had to use all your sick leave. Point. Come on, can we do it? This lasts way longer than I remember as well. Ah, you fuckwit. Dylan Moran reference? Maybe unintentionally. I used to be really obsessed with Dylan Moran. To the point, like, well, not to the point's wrong. I've got his autograph upstairs. But he also bummed a cigarette off me. I think I've told Closter that story. When I saw Dylan Moran in Auckland years and years and years ago, like 2008. I can tell the story. It's not that exciting of a story. When would it have been? I was living in Hamilton at the time. So it would have been 22. So 14 years ago. I went to the Dylan Moran show with a bunch of mates. And I just happened to be staying at another friend's place in Auckland. So it was at the Circa Theatre in Auckland. and my friend's house was on. Well, it wasn't even her place. It was another. She was crashing in another friend's place, and she was just like, "Oh yeah, fucking just stay with me." So my mates bugger off. I'm waiting for a bus, just puffing away in a smoke. Damn it, I didn't beat the score. I feel a tap on my shoulder. I turn around and it's Dylan Moran. And he's just like, "Mate, you think I can grab one of those?" I'm just like, "Fucking yeah, just take the package." He's like, no, just want the one. Takes it, and I'm just like, at that point I was probably quite socially awkward. I'm probably still a bit socially awkward, but back then I was really, really socially awkward. So it's just like, fucking do whatever you want. Yeah, I still am, but like, just fucking take me, Dylan. That's so annoying that we actually have to start again. So I think I left like a really awkward impression on him. I think he was just like, "Oh, Kiwis like this?" I just wanted a cigarette. But that was it. Like I just gave him a cigarette. I've been being tempted to bump into him again, and just be like, "Dylan, mate," because I'm a bit more confident now. Definitely awkward, but more confident. To the point where I just be like, "Hey, you owe me a smoke, mate. I gave you a smoke 14 years ago. You owe me a fresh smoke, mate. You're more less socially awkward with famous people than average." And so used to seeing them and knowing a bit about them. That's fair. I'm just probably socially awkward with everyone. Or particularly back then. Oh. What was the score that we had to beat? Like 2,000 or something? Fuck! $2017, that must have been when the game came out, right? Oh, it is at the top of the screen. Thanks, I'm blind. Cheers. Put your glasses on, yeah. They're upstairs. Oh, man. He's so sway. Oh, nailed it. It's at the top of the screen, you dick. People think you're confident, but it's just on stream. I'm not unconfident. I just get bored of people very quickly. I'm just very much like, do we have to keep talking? I'm kind of done with this conversation now. I don't I don't think that's actually fair, to be honest. I don't think it's necessarily bored of people. It's just more like, I don't know what to say next. I'm just like, we've finished our conversation. Are we done? Mixture Australian can't start a convo. Clostro's definitely a convo starter guy. The amount of times I used to go to town with Clostro pretty frequently, and he'd be always the person that's just like, yelling at some stranger in the street. Chasing them. You wanna talk to me? He's not that dramatic, but definitely talkative. It's so difficult to hit. I'm definitely quiet these days. I'm not going to dispute that for a second. Spin on our hang off the end of a cigarette. Well, that's what we used to do, though. That was basically our entire Saturday night. It was just gin and tonics and cigarettes. Fuck. I don't think we're gonna get it again. That was the place. I think I missed. I'm just gonna be playing this fucking darts game for the rest of the time. And I can't even remember what you get if you get first place. Second place. We've got the cards for both those ones. I'm gonna spend all our money at this fucking game. Weird. But oh well. I'll look into it. Cheers for pointing that out, friend. Oh, I just know, like, if we fuck up one of the triple 20s, we just aren't enough a shot. No, we hit it. You no. I gotta think of one. Give me a moment. I'll think of something. I gotta think of something that is equally embarrassing to you. Hey Short, welcome back. Not that I think any of the stories would actually embarrass you. I'm just trying to think of, like, what's a story that you're involved in? No, I'm definitely gonna do one with you on it. I'll do one that doesn't have you on it. I might have told it before. We never did anything interesting. That's fucking bullshit. Smoking in Robo Rally. Those were good times though. It's not a particularly good story, but it's what just popped in my head. When I lived in Hamilton, I worked at a DVD store. And a DVD retail store rather than a DVD rental store. And fuck. Completely cocked that up now. It went out of business primarily thanks to JB Hi-Fi opening, which is a big chain electronic store that also sold DVDs. But put us out of business. So I worked at Easy DVD, if you remember that. Anyway, we were in a business. Our severance pay was we got to take home as much as we could carry, basically. Just like, here's your DVDs, or not even just DVDs, like the cardboard stands and promo posters and all of that sort of stuff. But we also did a farewell party. You know what I mean? Like, we have drinks, close off the session, close off the journey. And we went to a pub in Hamilton, it's long gone now, shit, called Shenanigans, which was an Irish-themed bar. And it had poker machines in the back. Fuck. I mean, if I hit the bullseye, we do beat the score. Anyway, for whatever reason, the gods just happened to smile on us that day. Because genuinely, every time we put like $2 into a poker machine, we were pulling out like 30-40 bucks and buying a round of drinks with it. There was only 3 of us that worked at the store, so the drinks went a long way. The 40 bucks went a long way. That's not fair. And at that point in time, I've always sort of had my favorite drinks, as Clostro knows. I used to, when I was drinking with him back in the day, gin and tonic was my go-to. Back then it was red wine was my go-to. Really liked a red. But my boss / former boss at the time, I guess technically, he was a whiskey man. So every time he won a payout from the poker machine, he'd go up and buy drinks and he'd buy me a whiskey. And of course, every time I'd go up and buy myself a glass of red wine. And to be fair, it was pretty early in the day as well. We were definitely day drinking. I mean, why wouldn't you? We just lost our jobs, right? Fuck. So by the end of the day, I genuinely probably had like 6 glasses of whiskey and like 8 glasses of red wine. Maybe a bit more, but like, you know, it's decent amount. I was well and truly liquored up. And tried to catch the bus home. And it's one of those things where, like, often booze hits me late. there's a delay between my drinking and the booze hitting me and me being actually pissed. So I get to the bus stop, say goodbye to everyone, because they're all leaving as well. We're all parting ways. And by the time I get to the bus stop, I'm just fucking wankered. I try to get on the bus and I fall off. Genuinely, like I step on and just fall backwards. I'm like, well, fuck, I can't catch a bus home. What the fuck do I do? If I can't catch a bus home, I can't walk home. Luckily, at the time, my brother was living with me. For what sort of experience that was. Oh, fuck me, I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, we'll quit. I wasn't paying attention and missed the opportunity for the ×5 points. He picks me up. And it wasn't until I get to the door of my house that I'm just horrifically ill. But the problem is, because I've had so much red wine to drink, I'm probably, to be honest with you, not even throwing up. Like, the wine's probably just coming out straight wine. Like, you probably could bottle that and resell it. But it is generally like a really terrifying thing to be like vomiting that color. Because you're just like, oh my god, I'm dying. Like, even though in my back of my head I know I'm like, even in the back of my head I'm like, I know this is because I drank a shit ton of red wine. I'm also like, this is not the color that should be coming out of me. And generally, like, after that experience, because it freaked me out so much that I didn't touch red wine for like 2 years afterwards. Like, I just stayed clear away from it. Like, I couldn't drink it. The act of you drink it, I know you would. The act of puking up pure red legitimately scared me. It took me a sizable time before I could actually be like, yeah, I can drink this again. I'm not a massive fan of whiskey. I'm not staunchly opposed to it either. Rum's the one I can't stand the smell of. Fuck. Rum's the one that I'm just like, yeah, I'm pass. White rum's probably okay. That's a fair point. That's probably okay. As Clostro knows, like, when we were drinking together, it was always gin. Like, that was our go-to collectively. Or I wouldn't pick it. Fuck. Fuckity fuck balls. We're not going to be able to do it again, are we? Like, even if we had a perfect run. Seems to still go for you on a hot day. See, that's so annoying. There's no point. I genuinely can't even remember what we get when we beat this. Like, I don't know why we're doing this. Your liquor cabinet's mostly rum. Oh, fuck, I wasn't paying attention again. I'm too busy paying attention to the chat, you bastards. And I neglect when the third shot is up. Distinct lack of coffee so far. In the game, you mean? There is the coffee in this game. You missed the coffee scene. There will be one later on. Instead of log, there's a crock pot. Legitimately. I don't know if you played this before, Costa, but there, instead of a log, there's a lady who carries a crock pot. And the coffee is a big thing in this game. I love that Swery denied that this was at all referencing Twin Peaks. I don't know how he thought he could pass it off. Like, it wasn't like anybody that vaguely knows Twin Peaks has a passing knowledge of it. It's like, yeah, this game's just taking the piss out of Twin Peaks. It's close enough to that. I don't think she says that exact quote, but it's real dumb. So there's a series of side quests with her. I think she's just called the Pot Lady. Oh, fuck. And you've got to drive her from whatever point she's at to her house before her pot goes cold. And if you do it enough times, she promises she'll tell you what the pot knows. That the pot knows something. So we'll be doing those side quests at some point. But yeah, very, very, very on the nose reference to Twin Peaks. And I swear he was like, I never saw Twin Peaks before. I don't know what you're talking about. The game's like Twin Peaks, purely coincidental. The pot knows that the killer is black. The pot is also racist. Fuck. I'm sure it was easier on the Xbox version. But the quest we did earlier, where you find the drugs, and yeah, they are drugs, in the petrol of, yeah, aim assist with it is probably the point. Find the drugs in the fuel tank of the motorbike is directly in Twin Peaks. That is one of the plot points of Twin Peaks. As somebody smuggles drugs in the fuel tank of their motorbike. But coffee's like a big fuck. Again, we can't bloody do it. I wonder... I don't have a mouse on, do I? Old age has direct impact on... Fuck you. Redemption 0.5. That's the one. Hey Benny, how you doing, my man? Hope you're doing well. This is Deadly Premonition. Red Dead Revolver. That's the one. We're spending all of our money on this fucking dart scam, and just for a silly side quest. There's so much more that this game has to offer, and we're just spending our time doing this one side quest. Fuck. Missed. Missed. I mean, should we just be aiming for the bullseye rather than trying for the triple 20? It's 444. Make a wish. Because we have better odds hitting that. Yeah. Reboot? I mean, they did the reunion. What was the series called? Fuck. It's 11:57. Hey! And we're running out of time. Third season came out a couple years ago. Yeah, I've seen it. I don't have the third season on DVD, weirdly. Or Blu-ray or whatever. I really should get it. Because I got the special edition of the original series / the movie as well. With the real fancy case. Fuck. The first season was good. The first season had really, really interesting moments to it. Particularly that black and white episode was really cool. But it's real weird. Yeah, bullseyes. I'm hitting the bullseye far more consistently. So that's why I'm going for it. Unlike just then. And at the worst, I'm hitting the 20, but I'm doing that anyway when I'm going for the triple. Yeah, there's no, the dwarf had, the actor had died. A few of the actors had died, because the log lady was dying when they were filming the third season. And she appears, fuck. in it, but she's clearly on like life support when they're shooting it. But both the giant guy and the little person had passed on between the original series and the new one. And in true David Lynch fashion, the dwarf is recast by a tree with a brain in it. As you do in your David Lynch. Oh, fuck it! I was actually angry there because I needed to make that shot. He's getting really, really wavy with his shots now, so yeah. Yeah, not winnable. I'm just firing aimlessly. If I got the shot, it would have been. Alright, we're just gonna have to do that tomorrow. In game tomorrow. Particularly as we're fucking running out of money. What time is it in game? $2,000 hours. If you stay, you can't. Well, I mean, you can stay up past midnight, but once midnight hits, 7 weeks have passed. Once midnight hits, you're basically shagged. Like, you can't stay out at night. Monsters will come and kill you like one hit. The graphics are really buggered up here. Gonna need to get more petrol. It's the lad. He's coming out to talk to us this time. So we haven't met this dude before. We met his wife.
You from out of town? I ain't seen you here before.
Jack, the Raging Bull, gasoline stand owner.
I'm Francis York Morgan, FBI Special Agent. I'm investigating the death of Anna Grant. Do you have any info on Anna or any suspicious individuals?
I ain't got nothing to tell the cops.
What about the FBI?
Shut up.
At least give me your name.
I'm Jack. They call me Raging Bull.
That's a manly nickname.
Shut it. If you're a customer, act like one and shut the mouth.
He's got some good customer service skills. If you want info, then bring me a Ben Franklin or two. And off he goes. He doesn't want to talk to you. We did need to talk to him though. Because that opens his questline. Oh, it's her again. I don't want her. I want to talk to him.
Uh-huh.
Clean the car so we can get that quest out of the way at least. Ugh. What are we ugging about? top up the petrol in our car, otherwise we weren't going to make it back to the hotel. Perfect driving there, York. He needs to go to sleep, otherwise I would have stopped. There's a card hidden here. Driving in this game, yeah. It's a bit finicky, it's just the problem is how sharp it is. Like, it's over-responsive, if anything. Like, just look at this. The biggest problem I have with the driving in the game is just look how quick the petrol tank gets bled dry.
So, where shall we go next?
Yeah. So York's actually run out of things to say. Japanese oversteer? Possibly. They have really responsive cars. You just sneeze and you crash your car. This way? I don't know what's going on with the screen there. I like that the quest is still telling us to go there, but it's shut. The police station is shut for the night. Oh, there's a race there. We don't have a nice enough car to enter the race at the moment. I don't remember the map well enough. No, we're going completely the wrong fucking way. That's where we want to go. So back this way. I'm trying to think of what we need to do tomorrow in game. The fishing can wait, because the fishing can be done anytime. I'm guessing we should just go to the police station and get that main quest out of the way. The problem is it does go through a little bit of a chain. And we sort of get locked into a few quests for a little while. We'll see what the weather's like. If it's raining tomorrow, that sort of forces our hand a little bit. The weather affects what can be done in the game. It also affects people's schedules and opens up particular quests. And I think we need it to rain to get a flower. Which we can get a particular item with. And the item is probably like the best item in the game. Like a child pretending to drive. Just a... I guess we could have done... There's another side quest in here. I'm guessing Polly's in bed by now? Does this give us the map of the hotel if we look at map? Yeah. So there's a side quest if you sneak through the hotel owner's stuff. There's a photo somewhere here as well that is amusing. Yeah, I think this is the door to her room. And it's closed. I know. Her room's somewhere. We got a can of pickles. Oh, Polly's just walking around her kitchen. My husband always said that we should spend 2 hours for dinner. As he does. Of course, I didn't mean eating all that time. Ooh la la. Enjoying conversation, listening to music, and drinking. We used to tell each other what happened that day. Where's your bedroom, Polly? I want to go into your bedroom. I'm pickle in a can. There's a photo somewhere. Why isn't it letting me find it? I can't remember where it is. Fuck, she's standing all straight and cutting onions or whatever. As soon as someone shows up to test her, she's like, oh, my back hurts. She's fiddling the benefit system. Absolutely. She looks like a benefit cheat, don't you think? I haven't seen this plant anywhere in this town. Is it me? Or is this one supposed to be extinct? Old people are the worst. We should just ban them. Old people are banned. I can't remember where on earth... Oh, that's leaving the house. The Weather Doll explanation. The Weather Doll quest is really difficult to do. And by the time you get it... Oh, let's do some fishing since we're out the back. I might as well. Oops. Come on, York. There's a really dumb quest line for Polly where... Oh, we don't have any bait? Shit. Oh, all that walking for nothing. Where you find a photo in her room of a young woman, and York's like, who's this? And you go to talk to Polly, and she's just like, that was me when I was young. And that's the quest. That's the entire quest. I never understood the point of it. It's like, who the fuck did you think it was? And why does it matter to you? Wrenches are far effective. Yeah, think about it. Chainsaws are far more cost effective. I'm sure it was in her room. But apparently not. Oh well. It's definitely not around here. Or on there. Did she just leave her food on the floor? Polly? Polly? Polly, you lost your mind. Ah, dementia. A good tree felling wrench will set you back at least 3 chainsaws at least. What's this stuff? they've done some changes to this game. So the other thing that's kind of amusing is that picture in the background there, above the bed. That's actually a photo from the game, from the show Twin Peaks. Anyway, let's go to sleep, York. We probably need to go 9 hours sleep. Super hungry. We need to change our suit. It's still getting cleaned. Send that to go get cleaned. Yeah, why else did it take us so long to just unlock that wrench? Where are we going? Did we just run outside again? I don't think I meant to do that. It is raining today. But it's still night outside. I don't know what time it turns today. I don't know what the game considers day. We can get an egg here. We can't even pick it up. Our inventory is full. I've got a weird feeling what you unlock from that darts game is more inventory space. I'll eat the donut. I'll eat some pickles. Eat some more pickles. Rest can stay. Ignore the man behind the curtain. What's over here? Coffee, milk. Such a big hotel. What's the time? 5 in the morning. I'm guessing 6 counts as morning. Oh, we better save our game, right? The annoying thing is, for what I want to do when it rains, there's only sort of like 2 things that are worth doing. One is picking up some flowers, which only grow when it rains. The other one is Emily will eat at home rather than eat at the pub. Like, all the stores shut when it's raining because there's a superstition in the town about rain, which doesn't get explained until like far later in the game. So you're like, why is everything shut? The game explains it, but like 6 hours in. I'm just waiting for like in-game 15 minutes to pass. We'll just have a smoke and wait for the game to pass. That's enough. Where's Polly? I don't think the other stores are open. That's annoying. Because if we're going to be just pissing around, we might as well fish. Let's smoke until like 8. And better get something to eat soon. Does she not open store either? Let's buy some crackers. You stuffed your face. You stuffed your face. You stuffed your face. Where is Polly? Polly, 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 Polly. Does the map tell you if things are open or shut? I mean, the flower fucking just grows in the backyard. I just want Polly to open up the bloody store. I guess we can pick up some of the other rewind other cards that are laying around as well. Well, we've got nothing to do today. I just want Polly to wake up. Another smoke, I say. It's going to be 9 that she opens up store, isn't it? Nope, she's just not going to open store today. Fan-fucking-tastic. Thanks a lot, Polly. You ruined everything. Polly ruined my life. Through here. Where is she even? And I'm pretty certain the photo's meant to be on that table. Oh well, I think we're actually in a bit of a dead end of a game. Well, I didn't think Polly shut shop. I know the restaurants don't open. I can't remember if the general store opens. It stopped raining. Oh, for fuck's sake. That's annoying. Polly's eating? I think this maybe is what the icon means. Because of such a clusterfuck there, missing the rain, missing the flowers, considering we saved when it was still raining, I might go back to the save next time we play. That was such a weird stream for the game. Just because all we did was do one sort of quest line. We've done fuck all of the main story. And played a shitload of darts and failed miserably at it. I suppose that's what Deadly Premonition is all about. But getting the flowers out is super, super valuable early on. So it's kind of gutting we missed it. This is just a darts game with a mystery side quest, yeah. I think it's worth doing just the reloading the save game next time I play this. So I can get flowers, and even though it's going to be sunny the next day, you actually want it to be sunny to use the flowers. It's sort of weird. Was that what you were about to say, Clusterer? I think Polly's gone back and opened up the shop. I just want to check. I want to check what Polly's doing, and then we might put on an episode of Beat the Clock to close off the stream. No, she's just fucking dead. She's gone. She's R.I.P. Polly. Miss you. That can be enough Deadly Premonition. Because Polly's just fucked off somewhere. We'll watch an episode of Beat the Clock to close off the stream. Which episode are we up to? So we should be up to this one. Rip in peace, Polly. So we are stopping Deadly Premonition for now. If you were interested in watching Deadly Premonition, peace out. Like how Rockstar made table tennis. They were like, we've built this really expensive engine. We should try to make a GTA game or whatever. We've already made the best game we're ever going to make? Yeah, basically. Why try to beat perfection? Alright, I need to go into fat screen mode. Because I like to be stretched out. If you know what I mean. Oi oi. That camera's on a fucking lean. And I'm going to put on an episode of Beat the Clock.
Hickory dickory dock, time to beat the clock. Time for fun has now begun. Let's all play Beat the Clock.
Beat the Clock is brought to you by Sylvania. For half a century,
I can't remember if we've watched this episode or not.
In incandescent bulbs, fluorescent tubes and fixtures, photo lamps, radio and television sets, radio and television tubes, and electronic.
We won't know until we see the first game, I suppose.
For homes, offices, schools, and factories, Sylvania.
Let's all play Beat the Clock.
Now here is America's #1 clock watcher.
Beat your
Bud
cock.
Collier.
Welcome, Double.
Thank you very much.
I like the pose that he's done for that
Welcome
emote.
once again to Beat the Clock, the show where you have the time of your life playing against time for big time prizes. We have some holdover contestants from last week. If you come over here with me, we'll have the pleasure of re-meeting them. Private
Yeah, I know.
Schrader, stationed at the moment at Fort Slocum, but your home
It's amusing.
in Kentucky. Let's give them a warm welcome back.
But there's less of a point doing it 16:9, right?
Lynn, nice to have you back here with us again. Did you have kind of a nervous week waiting to come back here?
Oh, we kept wondering all the time.
I don't doubt. You couldn't figure out what we had in store for you, could you?
No, we
No, I don't think we've seen this one.
Plungers and the volleyballs, but didn't tell you anything
Yes, this is what I've been wanting to watch.
No,
We haven't seen this one.
Well, as a matter of fact, one thing we do have tonight is a brand new bonus. Our bonus went last week. His end of you weren't watching, which I hope is not the case.
Claustro might
But
know
a
this
young lady
episode.
and her husband, she was a farmer, I think. Was it from New Jersey? I forget where they came from. But in any event, she did it, by golly. It was worth $1,500. So we had to start a brand new one tonight. It's for a fella. So wherever that bell rings, it might be you or anybody
Hey
else.
people, hey Double.
Meantime, let's get back, shall we, to the ball plungers and the balls and see what happens. Both of you come over here, if you will, on the $200 clock. You've beaten your $100 clock. Now, if you will pause right here.
It's the two mods.
Lynn to come over here, if you will.
They're finally interacting. Oh my god, it's crazy.
Madeline. That's the idea. Hold them down fairly close to the end. That's it, right about in there. It's good.
Bruce Forskin, if you ask Becky.
Now, what has to happen is this.
Ask her to pronounce any word.
And she's going to bounce them to you. Your object is to catch. That's it. That's it. Just catch them.
See, this is the one that I've been wanting to watch. This is how I got introduced to this show. Was this episode?
Look like the outside of an apartment house. Why?
But I never watched the actual episode itself. I just watched somebody review the episode.
55 seconds from the time I say go. You can stand anywhere you want to. You can move as close to your wife or as far away, anywhere you want to. You understand? You understand your part. Okay, you ready? Go. There's one, boy. That's it.
I think he just like nails it perfectly.
The first one, watch it. You have to get it in the first bounce.
Yeah, he changes the rules. Fucking nails it. I'm in danger. She is kind of just Ralph Wiggum. Becky is a streamer we all follow. And I don't think it's even mean to say, to be honest with you, but she's genuinely as dumb as a bag of bricks. Like, it's not even insulting it because it's so true.
Here's a wonderful Christmas gift for the person who has everything. It's the Skylark, Sylvania's new personal portable radio. And it comes with this stylish top-grain leather carrying case. Mighty good to look at. It's even better to hear. And you can hear it instantly.
Fucking hell, just carrying a radio around your
Yes, it's tiny,
head.
yet it brings you the brilliant tone and powerful performance of big 6-tube radios. And when you listen to the Skylark in a strong...
Yeah, she has Velcro shoes.
Greatly prolong battery life by moving this exclusive battery miser switch to this save position. The large non-slip tuning dial is easy to
Finally
read
conclusive
and assures you of
proof.
precision tuning. It's
He's
easy
not
to
Bruce
carry
Wayne,
the
he's Bruce
Skylark,
Forsyth.
either in this attractive case with its adjustable shoulder strap or by this convenient lift-up handle, for it weighs less than 4 pounds with batteries. See the Skylark at your Sylvania dealer soon. Its
Who the hell
plastic
would
case
wear
comes in 4 handsome
a
house
radio?
garden colors: leaf green, taffy, cherry, and driftwood. It makes a grand Christmas gift, and so do the other Sylvania radios, the Catalina Portable. The radio
She can't tie her shoes. She can't say basically any word ever. She doesn't know how to cook.
And wonderful to hear.
She doesn't believe in vaccination.
Now your wife's going to carry on for you. So if you, sir, will step down over there, you can't help in any way except by holding good
She's
thought.
hardly a
Make sure you
shining
step up on this
model of
platform down the
success.
far end there. Turn around and face the audience, and don't turn back again until I tell you to. And behind you now is our famous jackpot board. On it are all of the words of a famous saying or quotation, but they're all mixed up and out of order. You've got to get them back in order in 20 seconds. Now, don't look till I tell you to. Open the curtain. Turn around, take a look. Go.
Becky deleted most of your clips. Probably the best thing for her. An apple a day keeps the... She did it.
jackpot clock. It was sure worth coming back for, wasn't it? Well, let's see what you've won. Just take a look.
What have they won? Show them. A TV.
It's the 1954 Sylvania Strat.
That's the main thing I remember from seeing the review of this, is how audible the crowd is to the TV, despite the show had been run for 2 years at this point, maybe a bit longer. But the show's been ongoing for a decent chunk of time, and it's a weekly show, and it's always been the TV. So they've given away potentially several hundred, 200 TVs at this point.
Very nice. Thank you very much, Roxanne. How are you, Miss Janisic? Nice to have you here. And Tony, is that what they call you? May I call you Tony?
Right.
All right, let's talk the rest of the family. Come on out here, honey, and let you and I talk for a minute. Let's talk ladies first here, huh? What's your name?
Laura.
How old are you, Laura?
6.
I mean, I don't even know if it needs to be out of context.
Mommy give you that? Turn around, let the audience see the back of it. That's
Did you see that though? Like, he just grabbed her, just grabs, come here.
You're going to be a nurse, are you? I'm going to give you something to practice on right away. Son, come over here too. Let me talk to you. What's
I'm
your
going to give you
name?
something to practice on right
You're
away.
Philip, and how old are you?
9.
You're 9 years old. What are your plans for your future?
I'm gonna take after my father.
You're going to take after him. What's he done?
You're going to take it from your father. Going to seize his future.
He's in the fire department, is he?
No,
He manufactures fire extinguishers?
Yes.
And you're going to get a fire extinguisher and take after your father. I see. Well, all right. Now we have
Get a fire extinguisher and take after his father.
Roxanne, would you come out here with a Roxanne doll?
Usually.
There you are.
Snatches the girl, says, look at her
And
behind.
here is a Argus 75 camera for you, and we're going to have a whole
I always
of,
see. This is when
Sylvania flash bulbs with a
this is why I knew about the whole thing.
take along with you. How's that, honey?
That the girls get the doll and the boys get a camera, which is so shitty.
On the $100 clock, and if you both come over here with me, I'll show you what it entails.
Even by,
Here we have sort of a little semicircle.
I mean, even by 50 standards, that's not accurate.
Now, Mrs. Janisic, you work the outside
This
of the
is
circle.
50 standards.
Mrs. Janisic, you work the inside of the circle, and you move from table to table. You notice there's a dish and a ball on each table. Now, here we have, thank you, Betty.
She deleted them all because Deke told her to.
That's onto a stick here, you see. You have to hold that
No,
stick,
not
as you
really.
see, but balance it on your hand, preferably on the back of your hand if you can. Balance it on your hand and walk from table to table while balancing it, and your wife will put a ball in at each table. Now, if you have to grab the box or if it falls at any time, we have to stop and start all over again. You understand the problem? Okay, you have to hold it balanced on the back of your hand, and you put one ball in at each table. Pick him up and put him in, that he moves to the next table. You have to go and wait for him at each table. You see? He has to come around to you at each point. Take a look at the clock. See how many seconds you have. 55
50 seconds.
Are you ready?
55 seconds.
Go.
Because she leaves the bods up. Fair point.
Keep watching that box. Don't watch her.
Oh.
I'm sorry. Do you find it easier to balance on the front of your hand, do you? All right, balance it that way then. Are you ready?
I mean, that's happened to me a bunch of times, Double A. The worst one was when somebody gave me a shout out and played the clip of me saying Happy New Year to Greg. That was the worst one. I haven't really paid attention to what clips of mine have been played, and I'm not really that worried, to be fair.
Well, anyway, it shows you're a well-balanced pair. And it got you through the $100 clock, and that, of
But
course,
the awkward part was just the guy watching it. He gave me the shout out, and he just sat there just going,
signs, you look up at the clouds, and can you tell when
it's
you look
like,
around
oh yeah,
what sort of day it's going to be? Yes.
you regret playing this now.
The weather department wants you to visit. Will you come over here with me? Family can stay back here and watch.
I can see the regret on his face.
Our weather bureau, will you please? There we are.
See, I remember all of these. I remember this game.
Your office is at that desk. If you'll have a seat there, behind that black cloud up over your head. Betty's going to give you a little cap you can put on. That's in case it should rain, you know, or something like that. Yeah, and...
I mean, it's pretty...
Madeline has a stick for you.
There's a decent chunk of bad clips that can be played.
Weather condition written down, you see? Now, what you do when I say go, I'll say poke one.
Story time. I can't think of a story.
Any one of these over that you want to. poke it over. Yes, poke it forward.
I mean,
read
the
what it says
story
on it,
could
and
just
then
say
you wait, and
is
you don't poke another one until I tell you to, because the
I made
weather will
Greg
then
retire from
materialize
streaming.
whatever you have poked over. As soon as you poke over the one that says sunny, we'll stop the clock and you'll beat the clock, and I'll take a look at the clock right now and see what happens.
I looked at
You
your
have exactly
clips
45 seconds.
a while ago, silent.
You ready? Go, poke one.
Most of yours are eating bananas.
All right, poke another one. Hail! My goodness, he gets the hail.
He will be back.
Lousy! What have we got there? Everything out of the track. Poke another one. Smog. We have some smog up there. There comes the smog. Poke the last one. Hail, and you got sunny by mistake. It fell down with all the others. He deserves the sunshine, gentlemen.
New Year's Greg story. Well, I think the New Year's thing sort of contributed to the IRL stuff. Silent was my
Something though, huh? Would you like to have sat under all that weather? Come here, honey.
my
Come over here a
inkling.
minute. Would you like to go over there and get some of that stuff on you? You wouldn't? Why not?
But I wrote a message on Greg's
You didn't mind your
Discord
daddy doing it, did you? You didn't mind at all. That's what I
wishing him a
was
happy New Year and in a very
If you'll step up on that little platform, kids, you'll
abrasive
stand right
manner.
there while Mom does this. And in back of you now is our
And to be honest, and I'll say the reason why I did it. It was very, like, it was just calling out Greg, and most of the stuff I said was
Open the curtain.
pretty true.
Turn around, take a look. Go.
But the problem I have had at the time was he can be a person who will, like, in a very abrasive manner understand it. Hey Pete, you're lurking waiting for this?
Jackpot clock. Let's see what Mama's won. Just take a look over here.
I get really frustrated that Greg will be a massive
Again, Sylvania presents the
dickhead,
Stratford, one
and
of
he
its
can
first
be.
TV line for 54, with such exclusive features as the photo
And then
power
sort
sensor
of
for photographically clear pictures in all areas.
Act nice for. We'll see where this develops. It's like my number 2 clip of all time.
Ever experienced. Congratulations, Mr. and Mrs. Janasek. You two have just won.
We'll say something, one thing vaguely nice, and people will be like, "Oh, Greg, you're so lovely." I'm just like, he was a dickhead 2 seconds ago, and like a sizable dickhead.
We have Bobby.
You don't be like, say something shitty and then, oh, that.
You just moving them around here.
He can have all the viewers he wants.
Bob, how are you? Nice to have you here, Miss.
I mean, 90% of his viewers just call him a cunt anyway.
You're Bobby. Come on over here, Bob. Let you and I have a little chat. Boy, I like that.
But it's just a very quick switch of like
Colors, do you? Huh? That looks real good.
loud colors. We can't tell.
Nobody?
Him saying something really,
Oh, it came like that. I see.
something really shitty, and then being like, "Happy New Year, guys," and everyone's like, "Oh, Greg, you're so nice." I'm just like, "Oh, fuck off."
Maybe we can start you off with being a photographer, Roxanne.
So I just did a Happy New Year spiel, pointing at all the things he's done that's shitty. And as much as Silence says abrasive manner understatement, he can also acknowledge most of the stuff I said was dead on true.
Let's turn the clock back 50 years with Bill Shipley.
Old-fashioned Christmas holidays.
It's a Jack situation again, right?
Shame that the fun of those days couldn't have been captured
But the
in
problem
wonderful
was,
pictures like this. Well,
the problem
today,
was as
thanks
well
to
that his team got pissed off and abandoned ship.
Because of Sylvania Bantam 8 flash bulbs. You see, these tiny little Bantam 8s give you just the right light for your film. Not too little and not too much, but just right for wonderful lifelike pictures. And you can get 12
Anyway,
Bantam 8s in one of these
be right back getting a
black
cigarette.
and yellow cartons.
Getting a
Still save
Winston's.
money. Bantam 8s cost less than the bigger bulbs, and yet they give you the same surefire dependability of all Sylvania Blue Dot flash bulbs. So visit your nearest photo counter very soon and pick up several cartons of Bantam 8 so that you'll be
I actually
sure to
like
be
the
ready
fact that
for
we're
those
getting the
Christmas picture
commercials this time.
opportunities, and also get several packs as gifts for photo fans. Bantam 8s work equally well with expensive or inexpensive cameras, and they fit any flash attachment that takes a midget bulb.
All right,
Don't
Bob,
think
in
you
your
could say that
fine
word
life,
anymore.
Let's see what we have for you now in a category in your very first clock, which is the $100 clock. Where is that clock? It's gone, hasn't it? All right, if you will both come over here with me, and son, if you want to walk over here too, you can watch what Mom and Dad have to do. Now, if you'll step over there, Madeline has a hat for you, and
this one.
for you. I want you to put them on, old-fashioned skating hat, and put the elastic under your chin. Don't disappear.
This
altogether.
is
You can
Beat
pull
the
it up a
Clock.
little bit there. That's the idea. Now, if you both come over here with me, I want to show you 3 paper cups on the floor here. You see them?
This is a 1950s game show, Benny. Generally, probably one of the first TV shows ever. Probably one of the very first game shows ever.
Do you understand? Beg pardon? Kicking them.
And
No, that's
it's
what these hats are for. You can only use the tassel on the hat.
a very weird game, but very charming game.
You just gotta swing that tassel and knock 2 of those cups through. Take a look at the clock.
Because the game show games in this is so basic, they just
60 seconds. Are you ready? Go.
they kind of just make them up backstage. It feels like. There's something I want you to watch here. With her. She's doing piss poor, obviously. But did you see that? Zero budget party games. Watch. She fucking whacks it. She's not even interested in participating anymore.
Notice how his wife is helping him. All right, stop the clock.
She full on cheated.
He sure did, and that's just as important as the other guy. And believe me, I was just kidding. Well,
Yeah, the budget for that game was some paper cups and a night hat. There you go. That's all you need for a game. 2 things to symbolize a goalpost.
well, here's the new one, and of course it's worth $100 in cash tonight. And I'll show you what it involves. Are you right-handed or left-handed? All right, then you stand on the right side. That is this side of that little tabaret. Now, what you have to do is
So
this.
this is the bonus game.
You tip this upside down and put it on your head like that. You
This
steady
is a
with one
difficult
hand, and
game.
you take a dish off here, and you reach around and find the back leg, and you balance a
You
dish
got the plates
off.
here.
Then you take another dish off, and you put it up on the other leg so that you have 2 of them balanced on those 2
We've
legs.
made it to the
Each 2 legs
plates.
that are marked with the stripes. Do you understand? You must have 2 dishes sitting on there like that in order to stop the clock and beat the clock. Got the idea? All right, you stand alongside it there. I'll take a look at the clock, see how many seconds you have. No, you can start with it right up on top of your head. 40 seconds to do it. Are you ready?
40 seconds to balance every plate. It's what I sort of like about this show is how serious the audience takes it. It's so bloody hard. 1950s game shows has broken a plate. There goes one. He's just smashing plates.
Sorry, boy, but a good try. I thought you had it when you got that first one.
Well, they're meant to be fair, the bonus games are meant to be stupidly hard.
Right on to your next clock as though that never happened. But of course, another $100 will be added to it for next week, and it keeps on that.
Because the last one,
That moves you on up now to the $200
what was the
clock.
last
You don't
one?
have
Oh,
to worry about it.
the
I think
skillets.
you'd better take your coat off for this, if you don't mind, sir. Might be in your wife's way.
Or whatever you wanna
Otherwise,
call
if you
them.
Both come over here with me. I'll show you what this involves.
Getting the 2
Bobby,
cups
you
on
want to come
them.
on over and stand here too? Come on, son. You can stand here. If you'll put the sweater on that Betty has for you.
There's the opinion I got. Bud says they've been tested, but I always got the opinion they weren't. Because some of them do seem impossible, like legitimately impossible.
Top button open, if you will, please. That's the idea. Now, I'm going to hand you this little sofa pillow as soon as you finish buttoning there. And I'm going to hand your husband one, too. Now, when I say go, here's your
See, again, super zero budget game.
time you get through here.
You can see what the idea is going to be.
At the same time,
In fact, this is a party game, isn't it?
The sweater in back of your husband's neck here till it's all the way shoved down entirely inside the sweater at the same time as he's shoving the one down the back of your sweater. Here,
Hey, this is a legit party game, right?
Take a look at the clock. See
From
how many
the
seconds you
50s.
have. 50 seconds. Are you ready? Go.
We've just added a time limit to it. that actually popped me. Instead of the green room right now going, didn't this couch just be more comfortable? Probably. It's probably them, those two women. So Bud doesn't give a shit.
Think you could have done that?
Maybe.
You think you could have too, do you? All right. Well, now while Pop and you are taking a little rest, Mom goes right on working. If you and
Never
Dad
work
stand
with
down
kids,
over
eh?
there, and Dad can't help in any way except by holding good thoughts, it's your turn to work now, Mrs. Powers. If you stand at the far end
There's
of
one
that
more thing I
platform,
remember from
and
this
face the
episode
audience and don't turn back
that
until
I've
I
been
tell you.
dying to
Back
see.
you now is our jackpot board with another famous saying on it. All the words are there, but they're all mixed up. You got to get them unmixed in 20 seconds. Do you understand? Now, don't look till I tell you to. Open the curtain. Turn around, take a look.
The phrases have actually been really easy this episode. Normally they have at least like one tricky one in there.
Stop the clock. You did it. Don't come on,
They have some like odd song that I'm not aware of, or some poem that I'm not aware of.
Well, let's see what you've won now. I suppose you know, but take a look anyway. Just take a look over here.
Again, Sylvania presents the Stratford, one of its great TV line for 54, with such exclusive features as the
Every time you shop in the chat, it's like Johnny from the Room's coming up to the roof and shouting, I did not hear it. I did not. This is bullshit. You just have that.
You two have just won Sylvania's jackpot prize.
To be fair, it must have only been the 2 times, right? 13-inch tube TV.
My goodness, I never saw so many families. They're wonderful.
Yeah.
That's the grand prize.
And Mr. and Mrs. Harold McCabe from Bronx, New York.
Well, nice to have you here.
So
McCabe.
$300 TV, right?
Audience for the McCabe family. How are you, Mr. McCabe? How are you?
Done it a few times. You just have that. Well, it's probably me, right?
How old are you, Peg?
6.
6 years old. You
This is
married?
the part that I
Wait a
wanted
minute,
to
what am I
see.
saying? No, of course you're not married. Do you have a boyfriend?
No.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Does your big sister have a boyfriend?
Yes.
What's his name?
I don't know.
We almost found out something there, didn't we? What's your name, honey?
Kathleen.
And Kathleen, how old are you?
I just love that.
Is it true you have a boyfriend?
No.
How about that? You think she's telling the truth?
No.
We won't go into that any deeper. We'll find out something maybe we shouldn't find out. Mr. McKay, what do you do for a living?
She's been sold under the boat. Thrown under the boat. Thrown under the bus. Exposed. Exactly. I love it. It's like, everyone knows. In 2022, asking children if they're single is very different, yeah.
And we'll find out about what your problem is in the $100 clock. Right now, some light on home movie lighting. Here's Bill Shipley.
Where does your mom take you to the dentist?
I
love that.
Folks movie cameras for Christmas. There couldn't be any finer gift. And you're probably going to want to shoot all
As weird as the questions Bud asked, they're nowhere near as weird as the questions Sweaty Ham guy asks.
Also brings you some Sylvania reflector super flood lamps. You see, these
It's gonna be the worst training video of all time.
Built-in reflector saves you the trouble of lugging around a
Like,
reflector. And also
they're
gives
teaching
more
someone
light.
how to
You'll never have any hot spots
speak
like this,
completely
or any rings
unhuman.
like this to spoil your pictures. Instead, you'll get perfect illumination over the entire area that you're shooting. And Sylvania reflector super floods are really
Great
easy to use.
command,
You can
double
simply
A.
Clip them on to the back of a chair like this with one of these handy clip-on sockets, or mount them.
It's almost
right
like one of my
alongside
most
your
iconic
camera
moments
on
of
a
all
bar,
time.
like this. Either way,
I'm
you're
pretty sure
also
it's number
getting
2 in my
illumination
most viewed
gorgeous
clips.
color or brilliant black and white. So stop in
It's
and
sort of
see
weird
Sylvania
now,
reflector super floods at your own
because
very
no one
simple.
will know the
You have
context
the
anymore.
R32, which lasts nearly 4 times as long as standard.
Well, no one
reflectors,
outside of
or
us.
its companion, the R34. Take your choice, but be sure to take Sylvania.
Like,
Who's watching you?
you,
How old is your brother?
well, Pete
He's 3 years
a
old. What's his
side
name?
Genie and myself,
Why
really.
don't you wave to Mickey right in that camera there, so he knows that you're thinking about him? And
The
you have an
sponsor of
older
Sylvania
sister,
light
too,
bulbs,
did I hear you
yes.
say? How old is she, Kathleen? 14. Where's she tonight?
They also made the TVs back in the 50s.
I see. All right. Well, now we're going to put Pop to work on the $100 clock. So, Harold, if you don't mind coming over here with me.
And did the
show
light
you
bulbs
why,
for the
you have to
cameras.
Put those rubbers on your feet so you wouldn't slip. Now, if you will come right down here and just have a stand. You see where those two
And
little
the
outlines
clocks.
of feet are? That's where you start this entire performance. Now, here
There's
is
a family's last name for a second. No,
Hold
it's
this in either
they're the
or both
sponsors.
hands, I don't care which. And you take these
They call
roller
it
skates one at a
synergy.
time. You roll them up this ramp, and you run around and try to make them roll off the far end, get around the side here in time to catch them in that box. Catch two in the box, we'll stop the clock.
Again, zero budget game. Well, I guess you had to buy roller skates, but fuck.
From that position. In other words, you can't get to the side and roll it up.
I mean, this is probably the most high-tech game they've done so far. It's got a ramp. Somebody had to make that ramp.
55, I warn you to move fast. Are you ready? Go.
Yeah. And this, like I said, this is like one of the first games ever made. First game shows ever made. He's not going to be able to do it, is he? Oh, he got it. That a boy. Clap, 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 clap. But they were well clever. Because also, if you lose, you get the radio, which is made by Sylvania as well.
Not right now, huh? Okay, let's see what your problem is in the $200 clock. Now, if you both come over with me on this,
Black and white double D minus the slime.
by Mom and Pop. Come on over, if you will, Mr. and Ms. McKay.
And neither
Kathleen, Peggy, you can come
the
along,
final
stand here
round.
by Mom if you want to and watch everything. Now, here we
What's
have
the final
these
round
little
in Double D
guns.
called?
You see them? You've seen these, haven't you, kids? You know what happens when you shoot them? Yeah, you pump that. What happens? What happens? The ball comes out, doesn't it? See? Just like that. Right out there like that. Okay, now Mom is going to hold these, and we'll keep loading them and handing them to you. And your father is going to stand right
There's a
up
name
there.
for it.
You stand right up there, sir. And all you have to
Someone
do
in
is
chat
turn around
must
and
know.
face your wife. You got a mask for him there? Toss it over here to me. That's the idea.
They walk to the press right, it could run. That's sort of what I like about this.
And hold two ping pong balls. We'll stop the clock, and you'll beat the clock. Take a look at the clock, see how many seconds you have.
Is that this is that sort of beginning of things like The Price is Right or Wheel of Fortune or like all of those game shows.
That's it, hard. There we are. Come on. Come on.
What is the last round of W called? When they have to run through the obstacle course. Yeah, well, yeah, more. You're right. More like The Price is Right. So they're shilling Sylvania TVs, radios, camera bulbs, and clocks.
You still have 23 seconds. We'll start the clock all over next week if you can come back. Can you come back?
That's it.
Meantime, you can buy one of these things and practice like mad at home. All right, Steve. I don't think you do, no. Well, that's all we have time. That's all we have time for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you enjoyed it. I hope you liked it.
It's just called Obstacle Course. I was sure it had a better name, but cheers for looking it up, Silent.
Good night, everybody.
I genuinely didn't know. Alright, yeah, it's just called Obstacle. I thought it had a name. Otherwise, I would have been asking. Anybody got anybody to raid? I don't see anyone online that I should raid. Raid your ass. Well, okay. Perfect time to wake up. Yeah, I'm gonna do a raid ski. Sure. But there's just nobody online that I really want to raid. Yeah, I see that the new Genie emotes have been approved. I actually really like her emotes. Raid. Yeah, I was thinking Imdesu. Yeah, we'll go with him. They've only got 7 viewers, and we're going to be bringing roughly the same to them.
Hey, Ben. Hey, Ben.
Ben. Just say good.
Ben. 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 Hey, Ben. Oh, Ben. 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 Hey, Ben. What? What you got there, Ben? Mate.
All good, Silent. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks, Short, for falling asleep. Thanks, Double A, for hanging out. Pete, for coming in just as I was causing trouble. Cheers for coming and checking out my silly bollocks. Benny, check out Benny's streams as well. Cheers for hanging out, Clostro, if you're still around, and whoever else is lurking. And we'll see where this develops. Cheers and bye-bye for now.